Tim Bernero. I'm the women's basketball coach. I'm a lecturer in the exercise and sports science. Teach a couple classes here, and I've been here. This is my 18th year. 7 years as the men's assistant coach, and this is 11th season as the women's head coach. You know, we've kind of grown over the years I've been doing it, and the older kids kind of perpetuate how the program should run. I mean, it's nice to have your own ability to make an impression on it as a coach, but once you set the footprint, they know what's expected and what it takes to be successful, like we've been the last 7-8 years. And so it's kind of fun to just watch it kind of grow off itself. I think there's a responsibility that comes with success. I think some people look at it, and I always try to make sure that they understand it's not a pressure, because if it becomes a pressure, it's not fun anymore. But there's a responsibility that when you go from the team that's in the middle of the pack to the team that's at the top. We spent a couple years trying to climb that hill. Now we've gotten to this point where we're defending conference champions and we're ranked in the top 15 in the country and all those things. The responsibility is that when you play, you have to understand that the other teams, this is their game, this is their Super Bowl. They're going to look at it and say, hey, if we beat Carthage, they're going to run around, cut down the net. They're not cut down the nets, but they're going to rush the court. Those kind of things you see on TV. And so the responsibility is that we have to prepare ourselves to play well, because you should expect to get the other team's best game. And I think by doing just the basics, the fundamental stuff that we do offensively and defensively, and then me putting the kids in positions to let their talents show, which is what a coach's job is, that lets us maximize what we can do. And if we maximize what we can do, we're as good as anybody that will play this year. As a coach, you kind of I think part of the reason you do it is not only to help kids and help them grow as people and and improve them as basketball players, but the competitive nature. I mean, I'm really competitive. The kids are really competitive. So we're going out there trying to win every night, trying to win every game. We'd love to, I think at the point we are in our program, we want to win the conference championship. We did it last year. We won the conference tournament. We want to do it again. And sometimes that's hard, because once you reach that point, there's a saturation where you're kind of like, oh yeah, that was nice. And you got to make sure you still keep the edge to keep going. But once you get to that point, now, okay, so we win our conference. Now we play in the NCAA tournament. It takes you got to win 6 games in a 64-team field to win the championship. And we're going to try. We'd like to win all 6 of those. But we've always had really good balanced teams. I mean, we've kind of, when we lose people, when we graduate people, we seem to have been able to grow players to take those spots. I mean, the team that went to the Final 8 a couple years ago, we lost an All-American player, our all-time leading three-point shooter, and then another starting guard who was a really good player, and came back and won more games the next year. So it's kind of a thing where, the kids they work against each other, they improve against each other, and then we go forward. So Lake Forest has been a good team. Beloit's got a nice program. They're kind of on the rise. Some of the better teams, University of Chicago's had a really strong program. Coe and Loras, 2 teams from Iowa we play, are 18, 19, 20 win teams most of the time. We've got, we go on a trip over Christmas where we play in Las Vegas, and it's kind of odd, these are kind of pre-scheduled tournaments where you go, you sign up for them, and it's kind of like an all-inclusive thing, and then they tell you who you're playing. And it's kind of a quirk that we're going to Las Vegas and playing Carroll, who's an hour from here, in Waukesha, and UW-Whitewater, who's an hour from here. Yeah. So we're playing 2 Wisconsin teams that we could play here, but the Whitewater game will probably mean a lot to us because they're the ones that knocked us out of the tournament last year. And we seem to run into them in the NCAA tournament all the time. We've gotten them 2 out of 3. They got the last one. So we'll have a game. You try to build your non-conference schedule up to peak so you're ready to play the conference, because you want the main thing is to win the conference and get in the NCAA tournament. And it just so happens that that's going to be the last non-conference game. So we'll ride that right in, no matter what the result, we'll have to play at a really high level in that game, and so will they. So that'll be a fun fun ending to the non-conference, and then we'll get to January and February and switch on the conference schedule. And those are always tough. Just everybody knows you, you know them. They see you more often, so they try to do different things to you than people that only see you once. If you've ever been here, especially the students should know, because they get around the campus. The arena is a fantastic venue. I mean, Tarbell Arena is a lot of fun. We do the light shows and the video stuff and all that before the game to some degree to make it a first-class event. And we played the conference tournament here last year in the championship game against Wheaton. There was 1,100 people here, so we'd love to have people in here to come down and just have it's an easy team to like. I mean, they're good kids. I mean, I'm sure they're pretty well known around campus and popular kids, just because I think they're doing other things than playing basketball too. They're good students and they're part of the community. And I think it's a fun team to we play a reasonably up-tempo game. Obviously, the success is a fun time for community or students to come down, kind of act as crazy as you want.